Welcome to the ultimate React developer roadmap for beginners. In this single video, I will cover the entire React developer roadmap from start to finish. So if you want to become a successful React developer, then watch this video till the end. Now I have divided this video into 3 parts. In the first part, we will cover the basics, in which we will talk about what is React, how React works, and how to get started with it. In the second part, we will talk about some advanced concepts that needs to be learned in order to become a professional React developer. And in this part, you will also learn new skills that will help you create real-world applications, which also holds animations and other performance metric. And finally, the third part of this video is going to be a bonus tip on how to get a high-paying front-end React developer job in few days. So I hope you are excited, and let's get started. So to understand React, let's look at the plain old JavaScript. If I need to create a simple note-taking app, I need to write so much code with plain JavaScript. But with React, the code is reduced this much. So React.js is created to make JavaScript easier to use. In other words, just like we need a CSS framework like Bootstrap and Tailwind to make CSS easier for us, similarly React is a JavaScript library that makes JavaScript easier to write and understand. So the definition would be React is a front-end JavaScript library that is used to create beautiful and single-page web applications. Now single page here means that the app that is built with React doesn't have this weird loading behavior at every click, because in React we have only single HTML file and rest of the app is controlled by JavaScript. And the best part is that you don't need to write JavaScript for the UI by your own. Instead, in React we write JSX, which stands for JavaScript extension, which is basically JavaScript but is written like HTML. So this approach in React makes it easy to write complex applications in a short amount of time. The JSX is then understood by the browser because of Babel, which is a package that React uses, and it simply converts the JSX back to plain JavaScript. And another huge advantage of React is that in React we use components to create an application. The entire React app is divided into different components, and each component can have its own CSS and logic separately. In other words, we can write HTML, CSS and JavaScript all in single JavaScript file. And now I hope you understood that why React Components has this .js extension. Finally, to handle data change, we use hooks in React, and to pass data between different components, we use props. In React, hooks are functions that allow you to use state and other React features in functional components. UseState is a commonly used hook for managing state within a component, allowing you to declare and update state variables. When the state changes, React triggers a re-render of the component tree affected by the state update, and this changes the part of the UI that is using that state. So this is how React works. Now as the application becomes more complex, it is difficult to manage the overall state of an application. So here we need some universal state management control that keeps the state of our entire application, and for this there are 2 best options. First one is Context API that comes with React itself, and secondly we have Redux. Now Redux is the third-party package which is very popular for state management these days, so I recommend to learn both but use Redux in complex applications. With the combination of both React and Redux, you can create any type of web app you can imagine of. Now enough logic, and let's talk a little about CSS and styling. So in React you can use plain CSS and Bootstrap as well, but I recommend to learn Tailwind CSS. It is the best alternative to pure CSS. Unlike Bootstrap, in Tailwind CSS you will have more control over the UI. Another great challenge you will face in React is animations. So for animations you can use React Spring. It is difficult to write animations in React. You can create animations somehow with CSS as well. However, React Spring is specially designed to implement animations in React. Especially you can use React Spring to animate lists, menus and other important areas of your applications. For testing, I recommend to learn React Testing Library and Jest. In React, testing play an important role in checking the behavior of your components. Finally, you can also learn TypeScript, Now with the combination of React and TypeScript, you can create applications that are less prone to errors. TypeScript is same as JavaScript, but with the help of TypeScript you can have more control over the components, and also you can get early error checking in your editor without the need of visiting the browser again and again. Another great skill to learn for a React developer is optimization and performance control, and here it comes React Virtualized. React Virtualized package is a powerful tool used to efficiently render large lists and tabular data in React applications. It provides components like lists, table, and grid by applying virtualizations technique to optimize the performance by rendering only the visible portion of the data. Recently, it has been announced by the official React team that Create React App is dead and is not supported further. However, note that Create React App is just a build tool, and it doesn't mean that React is dead. Instead, React is evolving day by day in the form of Next.js and React Native. Now, in order to get started with React, you have some options. So Vite is the best alternative to CRA if you want to use pure React these days. However, it is recommended to use Next.js, which is basically a complete React framework that holds routing and other features out of the box. And it also holds some advanced features like server-side rendering and static-side generation. And the best part is that you will be using React, which you already learned either with Vite if you are starting right now, and using CRA if you have already learned. So I recommend to explore Vite first and learn React. Now once you are familiar with React and routing from the ground up, then jump to Next.js. And there are other paths for React as well, like if you want to learn mobile app development, you can learn Expo, and trust me guys, it only includes some UI libraries, and other than that it is nothing but pure React. So with React you have got so much opportunities. You can learn web development as well as mobile app development. So I hope it makes sense. Finally, in order to learn React and become a job-ready front-end developer in few days, you need two things. First of all, you need to create projects, and secondly, you have to put them in your portfolio. You can target blog, e-commerce, and social media projects. So I recommend creating a blog first because it is relatively easy as compared to e-commerce and social media apps. Now it's not necessary to create a fully functioning and complex application, but the tip here is that create an app with the core functionality, which means that if you are creating an e-commerce app, so users should be able to at least view the products, add items to cart, and proceed with the payment. Similarly, if you are creating a social media app, so at least users should be able to post images, videos, and people should be able to chat with each other, and that's it. So once you have created some projects, put them all in your portfolio, and the portfolio itself should also need to be created. Then apply to jobs with your resume and the portfolio that you have created, and that's it. In this way you will get your first React job in a few days. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step roadmap on React. If you want to see which CSS framework you should learn for modern web development, watch this video.